Our emotions are guides for us. They're guides to feeling something, to expressing something, to acknowledging something that's going on for us. Allowing myself to scream out some rage. Ah! Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Lighting Up Your Life with Lisa podcast, where we will discuss the human mind, body, and soul, and how to elevate ourselves to the next level of healing, wellness, and holistic health, wealth, and happiness. I am your host, Lisa Tabando, RMT and Bioenergetics certified facilitator. Y'all ready? Let's go. Scream out some rage. Ah! Hi, everybody. It's me, Lisa T, coming at you with some positive energy. Lighten up your life with Lisa. Ah! Woo! So I wanted to pop on here today and talk to y'all about our emotions, our fight or flight system, our sympathetic nervous system, and fear and stress. They're all one and the same. Our emotions are guides for us. They're guides. They want to guide us to feeling something, to expressing something, to acknowledging something that's going on for us. So recently I was doing a breath work and I was really drawn to just one area of my body, of my central nervous system, of my central channel, and it was right in my solar plexus. And as I was allowing myself to scream out some rage, ah, like this part of my body started vibrating so intensely. It was undeniable that there was something sitting there, and it made me reflect back on, it was only maybe 3 years ago where I actually really allowed myself to feel anger from moments of my past. I remember often in therapy and my therapist saying to me, "But aren't you angry?" No, I understand where they're coming from. I get why they did that. You know, they weren't in their right mind. I wasn't in my right mind. I probably initiated some of what happened to me. I was at fault. There was this justification, rationalization of all my experiences, and I wasn't allowing myself to feel anger until the universe and God presented me with a beautiful moment about 3 years ago where I was in the park with some strangers, with people I didn't know, and my dog got hurt by one of these people. And on the way home, with my dog's paw bleeding, I was really aware of how I instantly went to blaming myself. Oh, I shouldn't have let that person pet him. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. I should have been more aware. I should have seen it coming. I should have felt the vibe. And I stopped myself and I thought, hey, wait a second, what's happening here? Why am I blaming myself for something that was completely out of my control, actually? And that wasn't my fault. And I came home, and luckily I had purchased a punching bag. There's no coincidences how things just lead us somewhere, right? I had purchased a punching bag and I got on that punching bag and I started punching out, and I was allowing myself to feel the anger externally. I was allowing myself to say the F-bombs, to be mad at this person, to blame them for the first time in my life. And within minutes, not even minutes, I think within 1 minute, within 30 seconds, 40 seconds, as I punched out and I yelled, "F you," and that, and things about my father came up, things about men in my life came up, and I was allowed to actually express outwardly through my vocal cord, this cord that is plugged into my emotions, my expression cord. I allowed myself to plug into it and express these things, and within a minute, woo! I felt this elation, this release, and a joy, a sense of joy instantly after allowing myself to express anger, rage. And so since that moment, it's been a process. Of course, it's not like I now just went raging all over the place. But since that moment, I've allowed myself to even access this emotion of anger inside of me. So recently I was just speaking with a fellow human and helping this person through a moment. And as I sat listening to this person, I allowed them because of what I've been through, I allowed that part of them to rage without judgment. This person was saying nasty things and sounded horrible and sounded so mean regarding the other people in their life. But I held space for it. I held a non-judgmental, safe space for the expression to come. And the beautiful thing is, we can express our anger in a healthy way. We're not going to go out raging at the person that initiated the anger inside of us. We're not going to point fingers and, be in their face about it. But I believe my experience has been we do have to express that. It wants to be expressed, or else it's going to get held in our body. We're going to experience shoulder pain, back pain, usually when we are constricting ourselves from expressing ourselves fully, somewhere close to the spinal cord. That energy is going to show up in tension, muscle tension. If we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, meaning we're blaming ourselves or feeling responsible for other people's shit, we're probably going to have tight shoulders. If we are feeling like we can't stand things and we're complaining about everything and nothing is going right and I can't stand this, we're going to get typically some hip or low back pain. If we feel in fear because we can't stand it. If we feel like in fear all the time, like myself, and I've got to feel like I need to get away from situations, and I'm not actually running away from situations, but it feels like I got to danger, got to go get away from here, got to run. Tight calves, because those muscles, the body is responding to our emotions. It's getting ready to run. It's getting ready to hold the weight of the world on our shoulders. It's feeling like it can't stand it in our back. So we need to express these things. We need to allow ourselves to rage in some way, in a healthy way, in a safe space. The reason we are feeling the rage, the reason we are feeling the anger is a boundary has been crossed and an emotional trigger has happened. So recognize what's happening there. Our system wants to protect us from this. So our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight system, it wants to protect us from that. It can only sense the extreme basically of it. So we are surviving for our life right now, even though it's just a tone in someone's voice or someone's words or someone's look in their eye or someone's actions. They are not life-threatening, but our system senses it as life-threatening and we go into fight or flight. When we're under stress, which is fear is right under stress, anger, and what's underneath the anger? Hurt. We feel hurt and we're scared of being hurt. So scared, hurt, fear, right? It's all under the same umbrella. So we have to recognize that and know when that is happening, our sympathetic nervous system or our fight or flight system is now going to fire and try and protect us from danger, from a life-threatening situation. If we can acknowledge that, and it's a practice, you're going to have to start to become a little bit aware, then a little bit more aware, and at first, that awareness is going to feel like a double-edged sword because it's like in your face everywhere. Oh my God, I'm getting stressed and in fear, and I'm setting off my sympathetic nervous system all the time. That's okay. Awareness is the first step, and then we can start to recalibrate and show up for ourselves and do healthy activities and practices to help calm our system down. One of the things we can do is recognize it's the sympathetic nervous system firing. So then we can have empathy for ourselves and sympathy for ourselves. Empathy, the first step, is to feel it. Acknowledge we're feeling it. I am feeling angry right now, and I need to express this rage. Something even like that. It's just like it's a release, and we're using this vocal cord, a cord that we can plug into to allow that energy to flow somewhere. And when we do, after we empathize and acknowledge that feeling and feel that feeling, we can then do what the sympathetic nervous system wants, is sympathy. So that sympathy is going to be saying the words we never heard. saying the words that we need to hear, our needs. An unmet need is happening. So we have to be the ones to show up for ourselves and parent that child. Now that child, the inner child, doesn't have to be a little baby. My past self is our inner child. So it could be the person I was a week ago when I was in the midst of a trigger. It could be my 8-year-old self, a 12-year-old self, a 15-year-old self, a 25-year-old self, or a 43-year-old self. It's just a self from the past in a moment where the self didn't get the sympathy that was required. The empowering part of this is that I always thought that I needed you to say it. I needed them to say it. I need the person, place, or thing that triggered me. I need that thing to fix it because that thing caused it. There's no power in that. And it's fleeting. People, places, and things, they will fail us at some point. They will come and they will go. They will come and they will go. People can be there for us, but sometimes they can't. So it's fleeting. It's not consistent. What is consistent is me. What is consistent is you. Showing up sympathetically for your sympathetic nervous system. Saying things like, it's okay. I'm here with you. This won't last forever. I understand why you feel this way. Of course you feel this way. Something else, though, is going on here that you're unaware of. But I'm here to let you feel that feeling in a safe, protected space. I will be here for you. I will listen to you. And I will love you just as you are. In your anger, in your fear, in your joy, in your hope, in your dreams, in your everything. This right now, self of mine, will be here for all the past selves that never got to hear what they needed to hear. I will be the one for yourself to give the sympathetic nervous system that is firing, that is asking for attention, give it the attention it's requiring through sympathy. So allow yourself to rage. Allow it. Find a safe space. Is it in your home with a punching bag? Is it in a pillow where you scream? Is it on your podcast where you're sitting in your living room and the neighbors are going, what is she up to today? Ha! Unapologetically, fearlessly. We have to allow ourselves somewhere to express ourselves fully. And also when we allow ourselves to fully feel the fear, fully feel the anger, fully feel the rage in a healthy way, we get to then also feel, it's a balancing act, feel the joy, the happiness. We get to feel all of our emotions in a elated, excited, awesome, heightened state. You want to feel more joy? Allow yourself to feel your anger in a healthy way, in a safe space, in a way that's productive, in a way that's about loving yourself, showing up for yourself, and giving yourself the permission to be everything that you are in every moment. And it's changing. I'm this in this hour. Next hour, maybe anxiety is going to come. Maybe fear is going to come later on today. Maybe grief is going to come. Also, maybe joy is going to come. Maybe elation is going to come. Maybe deep sense of gratitude is going to come. Who knows? But I want to give myself and give you as well permission to feel it all. We got to feel it so we can heal it. If we don't feel it, it gets stuck. It wants to be expressed. It needs to be expressed. And we are the ones to give ourselves permission to do that. And when we do, if you're in a rage and you find that safe person or that safe space to express that rage, I'm giving you like a 90. I can't give you a full guarantee because I don't know how your process will be. But with practice, I'm going to give you a 96.25% guarantee that when you allow yourself to express those so-called negative, I don't think they're negative, but so-called, the world calls them negative emotions, then you get to feel the opposing emotion on the opposite side of it. So we allow ourselves the anger, and all of a sudden on the other side, we feel acceptance, and we feel maybe compassion for the other person that triggered the emotion inside of us. Maybe we feel grateful for them because these are access points. These are moments. I don't see my triggers anymore as a bump in the road. They are opportunities to heal. It's coming up for a reason, so I can pay attention to it. Just like tension in the body is coming up for a reason. It's showing you where you have unprocessed stuff, or where you are holding stresses in your life. I'm doing the shoulder because it's so common, where you're holding stresses in your life and not allowing them to be processed and expressed. Okay? So, scream it out. And then do some soothing breathing. Take yourself into nature. Do a stretch. Get out of your head and into your body. Feel where it is. Is it in the neck? Is it in the shoulders? Look back in my videos. There's lots of shoulder, neck, back, like you name it. I've got videos for stretching, for meditating. I'll walk you through it. And it's a way to self-care, self-soothe, and show up sympathetically for our sympathetic nervous system firing, sending us into fight or flight, and that there's danger. There is no danger. You can be your own hero. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. By doing these things, it just helps me help more and more people and be a gift of service to the world, which is my passion and my life's calling. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, loving yourself, showing up for yourself, and giving yourself the sympathy that you require.